Welcome to Speak English with Erika and Tony, the podcast where we break down the tricky parts of English to help you speak with confidence. In today's episode, pavement or sidewalk, unlocking the secrets of British versus American English.
Erica, I saw you watching that British show last night. You looked completely lost.
Oh, Tony, I was. It's so confusing. I feel like all the work we do on my American accent just goes out the window.
Right?
I hear someone say they're going to put their rubbish in the bin on the pavement, and I'm totally lost. Rubbish, bin, pavement, it feels like a different language. Why is it so different?
It's the classic trap. We're separated by a common language, as they say. Today, we're going to dive deep into exactly that. We'll break down why you sound like a textbook when you try to switch between them, and I'm going to give you 5 essential hacks to sound way more natural, specifically in American English.
Oh, good, because I am so tired of sounding like a robot. Where do we start?
Let's start with the one that drives everyone crazy, the T sound. You hear me say water, but on that show they say water.
Yes, exactly. Why?
It's called the flap T. It's one of the biggest keys to the American accent. In American English, when a T is between two vowel sounds, we get a little lazy and turn it into a soft D sound. Listen closely. Water.
Water.
Now another one. Better.
Better.
And butter.
Butter. It feels strange saying it like that.
It feels strange because you're thinking about it, but it's how we speak. Now, the British, depending on the region, might use what's called a glottal stop. They literally stop the air in their throat, so water becomes wutta. The T just vanishes.
What? That's it. That's the sound. So if I want to sound American, I just turn all my T's into D's?
Well, not all of them. It has to be between two vowels. For example, the T in Tony stays a T because it's at the beginning. And in a word like street, it's next to other consonants, so it stays a hard T. But for many common words, yes. Try this sentence. The pretty water is a little better.
The pretty water is a little better. Wow, that actually feels easier on my tongue.
Because it is. That's the secret. American English is all about finding the most efficient, laziest way to get the words out. The flap T saves energy.
Okay, that makes sense. So what's next? You mentioned pavement.
Exactly. Hack number 2 is vocabulary. There are hundreds of words that are different. You said in the Philippines you say sidewalk.
Right, that's the American word.
Spot on. If you say pavement in New York, we'll know what you mean, but we'll think you're a tourist from London. Here's another one. What do you call the back of a car where you put your bags?
The trunk.
And in the UK?
The boot, like a shoe?
Exactly. Imagine trying to put your groceries in a shoe. It makes no sense to us.
Okay, that is funny. What are some other big ones?
Oh, there are so many. What we call French fries, they call chips.
Okay, fries are chips, but what about potato chips? The ones in the bag?
Those they call crisps.
Oh my goodness. So if I ask for chips in London, I'll get French fries?
You got it. And how about this one? When you go on a trip from work, it's a...
Vacation.
In the UK, it's a holiday. For us, a holiday is just one day, like Christmas or Thanksgiving. For them, it's their whole vacation.
That explains so much. One more. This is fun.
Okay, what am I wearing?
A sweater.
And in Britain,
I have no idea.
a jumper.
A jumper. Like someone who jumps?
I guess so. It's a whole different world of words. The key is just to pick one set, American or British, and stick with it for consistency.
That makes sense. But wait, what about the word aluminum? I heard a podcast yesterday and they said aluminium. I thought I was mispronouncing it my whole life.
That's my favorite one. You weren't mispronouncing it for here. Americans say it with 4 syllables. Let's shadow this one. Aluminum.
Aluminum.
Perfect. The British version has an extra I in the spelling, so they add a whole extra syllable. Aluminium.
Aluminium. It sounds so fancy.
It does. But if you're in a hardware store here, just say aluminum. And it's not just pronunciation, it's spelling too. Think of the word color.
Color.
Right. In the UK,
Oh, with a U, COLOUR, like favorite versus favorite.
Exactly. Or center versus center. Realize with a Z versus realize with an S. The American versions are often simpler, which, again, goes back to that idea of efficiency.
So Noah Webster, the guy who made the American dictionary, basically just simplified everything.
You got it. He wanted to make an American version of English that was distinct and easier to learn.
Okay, this is all starting to form a picture. What's the next big hack?
Now let's talk about the R. This might be the single biggest hack for your American accent, Erica.
The Rhotic R?
Look at you using the big words. Yes, in America, we are rhotic. That's a fancy way of saying we pronounce the R sound, especially at the end of words. Car, hard, teacher.
Car, hard, teacher.
See how your tongue pulls back to make that sound? In standard British, it's non-rhotic. The R vanishes. It just turns into a vowel sound. So they say ka, hod, teach.
Caw, hard, teach. So if I want to sound like you, I have to really flex my tongue for that R?
Yes. Imagine your tongue is a muscle you're tensing. Let's practice that key word, teacher.
Teacher.
Good. Now don't over-growl it. You're not a tiger, just a light curl at the end. Teacher.
Okay, I'm not a tiger. Teacher. Car. Now wait, what about the word for the stuff I drink? Water.
There it is. You just combined two of our hacks, the flap T and the rhotic R. Instead of British water, you said American waiter. You sound 100% American right now.
Wow, that's actually a huge relief. It feels like I'm finally hacking the system instead of just memorizing rules.
You are. So for our fifth and final hack, let's combine two things, a key vowel sound and the slang that goes with it.
Okay, I'm ready. But Tony, what about slang? Mate versus dude?
Now we're talking. Mate is the universal British glue. Cheers, mate. You all right, mate? In the US, especially on the West Coast, it's dude or man. But be careful, dude can mean absolutely anything. It all depends on your tone.
Wait, how can one bird mean everything?
It's all in the pitch and the vowel. This brings us to the O sound, which is often pronounced like an ah sound in American English. We open our mouths wide. Listen to the vowel in hot, H-A-T.
H-A-T.
The British keep it round and short, hot.
Hot.
Yes, same for coffee. We say coffee. Now, let's apply that open vowel to our slang word, dude. A British person might say it quickly, but in California, we stretch it. For example, if I'm happy to see you, I say, dude.
Dude.
If I'm disappointed, the pitch drops, dude.
Dude.
And if I'm super impressed or shocked, I stretch that vowel sound out, dude.
Dude. Like that?
You nailed it! You're officially a Californian. That open vowel sound is key to sounding relaxed and casual in American English.
Okay, so let's recap the 5 hacks. We have the flat T, turning T into a D sound like in butter,
Yep, then we have the different vocabulary, like sidewalk instead of pavement.
and the different pronunciation and spelling like aluminium versus aluminium.
Don't forget the big one, the rhotic R sound at the end of words like teacher.
And finally, the open vowel sounds like aw and hot, coffee, and using slang like a dude. I feel a lot less confused now. I think I'll stick to the butter and the sidewalk for now.
Good choice. Consistency is key.
Well, I think that's all I can take for today before my brain melts from all these rules.
Fair enough. To everyone listening, if you found these hacks useful, do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. We're here every week breaking down these weird English rules so you can stop worrying and start speaking.
Yes, and leave a comment below. Tell us a British or American word that always confuses you. Subscribe so you don't miss our next episode, where we're doing a deep dive into greetings around the world. See you then.
Catch you later, dude.
Catch you later.
And that's a wrap on this episode of Accent Hacks. Join us next time for more tips and tricks to master your English. Until then, Keep practicing.